So I'm going to go ahead and record this and go ahead and post it. You know, I am definitely been done with the bullshit where she's concerned and the people around her, like Braylon. I went ahead and disconnected her TV from my Prime Video because I don't appreciate them using the vids and stuff like that. Her and her wife Bray and all of them. That's a big polygamous situation. And I'm not going to deal with that. I already know my phone's been hacked. And I've already know it's been getting listened to. I already know they've been watching my YouTube still. You know, I know it's still been going on. And it's the cyber stalking and all that shit. It's still happening. So I went ahead and disconnected her TV from my from my Prime Video, and I'll show you right now. I can get it to activate. Be deleting this channel too because I do not appreciate them utilizing this to try to basically fuck with my perception. And since I know they watch my YouTube, they get to see that I won't be seeing this stuff. I actually don't see the Netflix either and all that. And if I have to, I will go into the Roku account itself and disconnect her altogether. That's where I'm at. Because unless there's some dirty fucking cops in Klamath, or they don't know how to check IDs, because it makes me wonder if they do that when they're going to check to see if somebody at home is okay. And if they've got somebody staying in their place and they know that LE doesn't check ID, then it makes me question more. Because I don't like... Let's see here. I'm going to try and do this in a way so that I'm not giving off personal, you know. So why would I begin a package from her? It says important right underneath. With my house keys in it, wrapped up in toilet paper. When my house keys were supposed to be on my house, and the neighbor Scott went in there. That was like Tuesday, and then these were mailed Wednesday. Let's see here. Where is it at? It shows the date. There it is. So you can see the date right there. And I got it the next day. And so LE down there is going, you know, when I called to have him check on her, I did an anonymous call because, yeah, I'm concerned. I care. I do care. And so it took me a while to process things and think about it. All right, I better have at least make an anonymous call or whatever, let them know that they need to do a wellness check on her, at least at her place. And then, so I sat here and I really got thinking about it, and yeah, they started doing that shit again with the TV. So, I'll show you. So I made sure that that's the last thing I pulled up so that they can see that, yeah, like I'm done. But I'm getting, you know, I was getting the shit up here in the saved area, up here. And you don't go watch a show with specific names that read out as a message, and you only watch them for a second, long enough to register, and then you don't respond if you don't want some sort of response. Considering I know Mr. Edwards is doing all right. This is how I had to double check things, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna double check. I had them all blocked up. Unblocked him, seeing that he's doing active and doing fine. I know there's some crooked employees going on down there. And it's also telling me some other people are doing alright. So it means Bray and Melissa are still fucking around. The problem is, for them, I'm not going to my house without somebody going in the house and going through it. It's not happening. Because, yeah, I know the intent is to try and drive me crazy, make me feel crazy, do all that shit, and get a reaction. Well, here's your reaction. And I'm not going down there unless law enforcement goes through my fucking house. The fact that Klamath wants to keep fucking making excuses why they don't need to go there, or, oh, we don't have enough staff to go check your house, it's telling me there's some crooked cops involved. If they're not even willing to go do a fucking check on your home to make sure your home's okay and there's nothing in there that shouldn't be there. Both Klamath County and Jackson County have some very, very shady employees working for them. No, what they did is they found a way to get a reaction to get me worrying, because they know I give a shit. And I'm at the point that, like I said, I've already disconnected her TV from my Prime, from my Amazon. And I'm going to be going through and doing the same with the others. Otherwise, if I have to, I'll disconnect from the Roku service itself, so that I don't have to deal with them pulling that shit up and that type of crap. I actually give a shit about her. I just want nothing to do with the situation. That's why I'm not going to her. I'm not trying to call her or anything, because I could call her. I can call her from any of the other phones if I really wanted to actually contact her. The fact that I'm seeing that they're starting to play on my shit, on my sensitivity, my emotions, and all that crap. And unless the county down there's pulling some dirty shit too, because I already know they're dirty. Doesn't take much to go look online and find that Klamath County is the most dirty fucking county in Oregon. Even more so over up in Portland. Surprise. And it's because of certain elements that are out there. I'm pretty done with the fucking harassment. The fact that they found that they can utilize the Rokus to do the harassment to get a reaction out of me. They got it. I did call. And I'm waiting for the officer, whoever did the check, the wellness check, to call me back, because I want to at least know what exactly happened, so to make sure that she's okay. Whether or not that was actually her or somebody. Yeah, because I don't know if they go and check her ID at this point. Like, is this really you that's here at the house, or is this somebody else standing in for you? Because I'm not walking into my home and finding myself walking into something that is going to be fucking laid on me. That's why I'm having somebody else go there before I even step foot on that property. I don't trust the people that are involved. And it seems like there's a couple of women that are going to keep carrying this shit out until the bitter end, and it needs to stop. They need to grow up. You don't fuck with people's heads to get a reaction because you think it's funny. And then want to go around and claim harassment or abuse because somebody actually genuinely cares about one of you, whether they want to be with you or not, because you two lovebirds are already with each other. You're a polygamous family. She went and got married to a man that, instead of putting her in a brothel, and it turned her into an escort, basically. I already know she's been bouncing around for quite a while. And it took me a long time to finally realize this shit, let alone for her to admit what she was doing. I'm already aware certain groups like to prostitute their wives. There's a lot of fucked up shit she did to me right under my nose and directly to me. And there's some things that she did outright that I knew what she was doing. I knew what happened. And she tried to cover it up and act like it was something else. No. I'm very aware. And the harassment has to stop. Because I don't want contact with that one. All I would at least like to know is that she's okay. But she still has to fucking... Yeah, no. I'm not dealing with this shit. And I know there's a woman out there, that is more than capable to bounce between her own account that's on Philo, Miss Bray, and Melissa's account on Philo also. She can bounce between the two. And she herself can go and pull some shit. And go put some stuff up. Because she thinks it's funny. She's an evil bitch. I don't like her. I've never met anybody who within 5 minutes of meeting them can sit and brag about getting away with being fucked up on drugs while pregnant. And think it's funny. No, that's not funny. And when you're trying to fuck with people's heads, because this is actually the only way, realistically, that somebody really has a form of direct contact where I'm concerned. I'm not going to notice that shit. No, there's manipulation going on. Because now you guys are trying to get a reaction because you're angry. Because I know what you are and know what you're doing. And you don't like it. I'm not going to be your fall guy for your guys' bullshit. I'm not going to get set up to walk into something like that. I am having somebody else go to that house and check it themselves. I'm not going in there otherwise. And if I have to, I will fucking do it live on Facebook. Because I'm not going in there fucking blind like that at all. Let alone, for all I know, there might be... Yeah, I don't trust her wife, or any of the other people involved. Because they never gave a shit to begin with. And I'm sorry that it took me so long to catch on. It doesn't matter what any of you do. It's not going to stop the fact that I do care about her. It's not going to stop the fact that I want to at least make sure that she's okay, considering the people involved. And after the fucking messages that I got and all that shit on there, which I'm now aware is some bullshit. And in case you're all wondering, he was intentionally going to certain TV shows with using the names of the shows, would watch them just long enough that they would activate on that save line that I showed you guys, creating a message. And a lot of them, were cleared out. And it took me a moment to really catch on, and I'm starting to see it, and I'm like, wait a minute. So for all I know, if it's starting to piss me off. If that fucking officer didn't bother to check the person's ID that was there, I want to know what the person looked like that he met there. I'm not going down there because I don't trust her, in all honesty, even though I give a shit, in the sense of, yeah, seeing that, they were fucking causing manipulation from a distance. The fact that I can see that, and that that her girlfriend or wife or sister wife or whatever is posting their shit, or is able to do that and go into even Melissa's account and do that. Yeah, no, I'm at the point I'm ready to disconnect that those TVs from my Roku account. That's not okay. When you're intentionally doing something to try and get reactions and you guys think it's funny. And you're trying to prove a point to everybody. Oh, he's crazy. He's this. He's that. What it means is when there's an actual call for help, I'm ignoring it. Because at this point, that's why I'm shutting it off. That's why I removed the channels like I did. And that's why I'm ready to take and go into my Roku account and actually remove the TVs from that account. And you guys can connect some other... re-sign up otherwise. It's not like it's going to disconnect you from the fucking apps. You can watch them all you want. I just won't see shit anymore. I have a bad feeling that, yeah, either they're really fucking around, or that entire county, the county service workers, they have a shitload of really fucking crooked employees, and not just there, but also in fucking Jackson County. I already know there's one. And I already have, yeah. No, I'm not saying much more than that. You want to keep fucking around, do it in your own time, on your own time, at your own expense, not mine. Leave me the fuck alone and quit fucking with my head. I am not walking in that house or on that property without somebody else going first and checking it. Because I'm not, out of my concern and safety, I'm not having somebody else go and set me up with on something. Because that also tells me now, too, that the market guy is more than likely actually is involved, too, with some of this shit. Or linked to it somehow. Because those keys were mailed the exact day after he supposedly went in there and checked it. Which leads me to believe he never actually went in there to check. Or if he did, then somebody immediately went and grabbed the keys. But I don't believe he actually checked. Because I think he knows what's going on too. I didn't deserve any of this, and I didn't ask for any of this, and I didn't need some narcissist to intentionally fucking try and make me look like the world's biggest piece of shit so that they can fucking cover up their own fucking behaviors. I've already forgiven what can be forgiven. I don't want to know anymore. I already know enough that you guys smeared me pretty bad, even online. You guys did some really fucked up things. And you did so at my expense and for your entertainment. Because you're trying to cover up your shit and your behaviors. And the things that you're doing. You're doing some really fucked up things. Live your fucking life if you want to keep living that way. I don't want to be a part of it. Because I already know who the people are well, might as well say basically who the main people are involved. And and as I said, I won't be going in there. Something's found in there. I know exactly who to name. And it won't be of all things, I actually have respect for a good chunk of people that are involved. You know, that do like to ride their bikes. I actually do respect them. I think the primary people that have all this shit began with is between Melissa and Bray and Phil. Melissa being the start for all of this shit, doing her shit, and people kept feeding that ego, and it got her to where she's at and put me in the position I'm in. I don't trust what's going on. And I know there's a lot of people that are out there fucking with my head. I'm also aware that there's people listening. Yeah, I look crazy and I sound crazy and I know it. I'm very aware. There's a reason why I stay away from people. There's a reason why I don't even go to see even my own best friend, really, at this point outside. Yeah, he's sick, but I don't really have much contact with him because I can't trust anybody. I've had that woman, her girlfriend, her husband, and all these people fucking with me in my head for a long time. I deserve to be treated better than that, and that means... I'll be right back, because that's an officer calling right now. So yeah, I just got off the phone with the officer who let me know what was going on the other day. And thankfully they do check IDs. I'm happy for that. So I recant or take back what I had to say there. So I appreciate that part. I do. And I did let them know what's been going on about the contact bullshit through the roku. And about how they're utilizing, yeah, that. And he understood what I was talking about. And so, yeah, currently as right now, yeah, I'm going to be going in, signing into my Roku account. And I'm going to make some disconnections. So I don't have to see that shit. Because I know what's going on now. It's to get a reaction, to get me concerned, to send the police out there, so that they can claim that I'm harassing them with the police. That's why I'm disconnecting all of that. I'm done with the bullshit harassment and the fucking head games and you guys fucking trying to manipulate a situation to act like you're the fucking victims. You're not. You've done obviously too many drugs, drank too much fucking liquor, and ran with this so far that you think that I'm not aware of what's happening at this point. And the idea is to keep trying to make me look crazy. As soon as you see that I'm doing all right on YouTube, oh, let's see if we can trigger him. Let's see what we can do. I'm aware. I'm aware of a lot of things. And even if I don't know exactly every detail, I'm aware of enough that even the officer's aware that the next time I come down, one of them's going to be coming with me and checking that house before I even step foot in there. Because I see Mr. Edwards and all three of you are having a good time. And what you're doing is actually really fucked up. It's not just cyberbullying, it's not just stalking, it's not just all that shit. You're literally manipulation and harassment at that point, and you're trying to pass it off as I'm doing it. Because you're taking advantage of the fact that I actually genuinely give a shit about my son's mom. But now that I know that this is all a little game, like 100% a little game, I'm not going to respond to anything. Because if I see any type of idea of cry wolf bullshit to get me to respond or react because I am concerned, you're not getting a response. It's not happening now.